Testing. Well, I guess this is the first. I guess this is the first video one, huh? I hope you like my personal backdrop. If not, fuck off. But yeah, I want to welcome to my humble abode. But I don't know why I have this in front of me. Don't need that. Hey, I can. But so the main thing is, clearly I have all these ideas, and for some reason, if I feel like I'm putting off things that I am dreaming to do. I almost want it so bad, and I'm so excited to be involved in all of it. Excuse me, cotton mouth. That I put it off for whatever reason. I'm not too sure why. I have no idea why. I'm trying to figure it out, but I mean, I'm in a good spot. Right? But this is the whole thing about the research project. One, I'm going to do at least one solo. Hopefully, all the next ones are going to be videos. But I'm definitely going to do a solo one every week. I think it's going to be good when I actually have guests. It's going to be fantastic, right? But I interrupt everyone too much. What I'm learning, I think I've done 14. Last one was with my pops. And the biggest thing that I've been actually recognizing, one, I interrupt everyone too quickly. And this is the thing. We become on the same wavelength, and sometimes I do good, but I've also recognized that it can fucking work on it, for sure. So I almost need one alone just so I can get all my interruptions in my own fucking head out, So moving forward, trust me, I'm gonna work on it for sure. You know what I mean? I think that's something that I have to do. It's something I think it's gonna help grow. TRP, baby. Website is coming up. I'm gonna have some weekly articles. I'm gonna write a little bit. For me, sorry for my lip smacking too. I apologize, but so for me, it works very well when I write things out as well. My mind moves extremely quick to get things out in sentences verbally. So when I'm able to write things down, I mean, it's when I'm able to take my time, I'm able to feed off of different thoughts, but I love the dialogue and I love the conversation in itself as well. So I'm going to do a little bit of all of them, I think all four. I think video, I think dialogue. So you're able to get all of the senses, all five. I'm going to make a t-shirt. All five. I'm really big on senses recently. That's kind of what I've been trying to be aware of on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? So it's been, let's see. You need visual. Fuck, I watch the majority of my podcasts, usually at night. I mean, I listen to a lot of music when I'm on the road because I travel a lot of windshield time. Listen to a lot of music. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of podcasts mixed in there, but it's usually music. I'm working. This is what I want people to realize. My work I'm working the hardest in my head. And what I realized, once I start taking some fucking action along with all these thoughts, things typically kind of start falling into place. At least in my head, it becomes a little more clear. That's what I'm trying to look for. So, and this, I'm going straight off the cuff right now. I mean, I just sat down and started talking, so I apologize. I'm going to end up posting it, but I'm going to let everyone know. That's the whole research project, man. I don't fucking know what I'm doing, but I know I have to do these things. So bear with me. Just come along. Please come along for the ride. I mean, this is the first time I have a video camera. I'm staring into a fucking dot right now. But I have to be able to be comfortable in front of the camera. So what do? You put a fucking camera there. I've had the thoughts so many times of doing this in my head. It's ridiculous. And the fact that I'm actually doing it now is absurd. And one of the main things that I have to, remember is even in this, you can listen back to the first 5 minutes. I'm a little twitchy. I'm a little nervous. It takes time to get warmed up in anything you fucking do. Anything. I talk with Rick all the time, especially about the guitar. I got a great text from one of my buddies, Manny, dude. He texted me just like, it's incredible how 15, 20, 30 minutes into practicing something. In this example, we were talking about the old Geats. Look at this fucking thing. Look at this fucking thing, dude. Oh, my God. And for everyone listening, man, doggy, this guitar is fucking beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I want to lick it. It looks like a nice little lollipop. It looks like a root beer flavored lollipop, if I had to guess. Little rosewood neck. It smelled like fresh wood. I feel like they just cut the neck 2 days before I got it. It's actually a pretty funny story with that, too. We'll get into it for sure. But Manny was telling me, he just say, the whole practice thing, just how being able to get warmed up. And even with this, you kind of get used to it, and you get used to having a microphone and headphones on. You get used to the situations that you think about all the time, but you almost put off of getting yourself into. Everyone wants to be able to go to the gym and is able to push themselves extremely hard. They want to feel good. Everyone wants to, pick up a guitar and just be able to fucking rip anything that they want, But a lot of people are afraid of the time and the embarrassment and the fucking annoying voice inside of your head to try to get to do everything. It's in this world, man. It's for me, I can only speak for myself. I'm never trying to put words in other people's mouths. I'll hold myself accountable to my words. Most of them don't make sense because I'm trying to find something new. I'm trying to be me, and it's not an easy path to find. I'm definitely not taking the easiest road here. Okay? I'm not taking the easiest one, and I don't want to, man. I really don't want to. But you got to be able to pull yourself to do the things day to day that you want in order to try to get to the point that you want. It's stagnant is no good. And this is the balance that I have to try to find because I'm all about that balance. I'm like a big balance beam in my head. But sometimes it goes a little crazy because if I'm not in motion, the balance sits on one end and then I forget about a lot of other things. So I got to stay in motion, going back and forth in order to try to find that balance. It's a never-ending goal, but it's a fun one, man. It's actually fucking ridiculous, but I realize I'm a nutcase. If you listen to the last podcast with my dad, he's like, yeah, fucking schizo, fucking ADD, bipolar, and hell, he's my pops, man. To be honest, he's probably right. Not in a crazy negative way. I really think I use all those things for, positivity, to be honest with you. I really do. But I'm chasing something, man. I really am. I'm chasing something, and there's a lot to it. There's a lot of moving parts, and I think we all can relate to. We're all trying to chase something in our minds. It's probably extremely different for everybody, and I'm sure it is. There could be similarities in the grand scheme of things and a broad spectrum of things, but in reality, man, we're all on a very specific path to ourselves, which a lot of people don't like thinking like that. And that's okay, because, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't like thinking, but fuck, dude, I enjoy it. And I absolutely love it. And the thing is, for me, I have to remind myself of all these things. So I think once I build the structure, I'll be good. I had this podcast in my mind for, a year and a half. 2 fucking years or whatever. But you can't be the what if guy. I finally did it, and I'm excited for it. And it's a riot, to be honest with you. It's a complete riot. And I'm okay with putting myself out there enough now. I almost need to, selfishly, but also I'm trying to show people along the way, because I don't know the answers, but I know we have to fuck up a lot in order to get to where we want. So I'm trying to help people by showing them, like, hey, fuck, dude, I'll be the dude. Not that there isn't other people before, but in my life, you kind of need to do things as an individual in order to feel the strength behind, what you're trying to get to. And once you get a little taste, I'm sure just like the H, you suck into the hole. You can get addicted to positive things as well. You can very much get addicted to positive things, and you have to remind yourself to pick that fucking one over the negative BS that we're always telling ourselves. Over and over again. It's fucking annoying. And once you put these thoughts enough in your head, then I think you're able to move forward. Because that's when the subconscious kind of taps in. Who was I talking to about that? Oh, Dave. I think Dave, Rick, and myself, we were pretty drunk. We had a good conversation. But it was about, the subconscious, and you don't really know what the subconscious is doing. And you don't. Dave was 100% right in that regard. You don't, but I think when you put things in your mind, and when you decide what thoughts you put in your head, it comes out in your life in different moments, whether it's recognizable in that specific moment in time, or whether you realize how great of a moment it was, and it was because you planted that seed in your head 2-3 months ago, maybe even years ago, in order to be able to feel that moment itself. It's like a puzzle in my mind that I try to figure out. I don't know if I did a good job of explaining it, but I think it made sense. Fuck. I'm trying. And it's actually pretty cool having a cameraman. It feels like, not a cameraman, but a camera man. I'm a businessman. What does he say? I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Art of articulation. Very important. Of how to get people to understand what you're trying to say. Very important. I am terrible at it, but I recognize it, so I'm trying to plant these fucking seeds, baby. I'm planting them. And you know what? Even going back to that, it works for me. I can only speak to me. Even some days I wake up, I'm like, man, I don't feel nearly as happy and good as I felt yesterday. Why is that? And then I would look. I'd be like, oh, well, I ate 1.5 pounds of penne noodles with butter and hot pepper flakes and a little Parmesan at 2:30, and I had to wake up at 7. You bet your ass I snoozed that bitch at least 17 times before I even put a toe onto the carpet. You bet your sweet ass. I've been thinking about sleep, too. You can kind of see how my mind works, especially if I'm alone. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, this is not going to be good, but it's going to be good for me to watch to see how much better I can improve. Yikes. Yikes is right. Yikes is right. But even talking about sleeping, I'm fascinated by it. I'm not good at it. I'm not a good sleeper. I have great dreams. It's all good. I'm comfortable. I love it. But it seems like sleep it's touched on. We all know the whole, the 7-hour thing, the 8-hour thing, whatever the fuck. But then it's, they talk about this circadian rhythm, about going to bed and waking up the same time every day. And I don't even think I've ever done that once a week, because I'm getting so fucking shit-faced on the weekends that, I don't know why I'm chewing. I can't fucking chew. Come on, here I'm going to be fucking, well, excuse me, I'm going to chew it, just get a little flavor out, baby. That was fucking stupid. Man, I do some weird shit too. I usually buy a pack of. I'm the green boy, man. I don't fuck. I like the mint or winter fresh. I think. What would this be? What would green be? Like winter green, winter fresh. I've chewed grizzly winter green basically my whole life. Always buying that green. You know what I do like? Those little green spearmint breath savers. You get them at $1 at Constantino's right around the corner in Cleveland. Real good stuff. But I'll chew a whole pack of gum at night. Literally. I don't know how that word's pronounced either. Is it literally or literally? It ain't Litch. There's no hard CH. Literally. I'm going to start saying it like that, though. Fuck y'all. Literally. Fucking nuts. But literally. Man. I'm telling myself to shut up in my head. So you guys don't have to say it. I'm already beating you to the punch. But it's okay. But literally chew a whole fucking pack of gum. A whole fucking pack. Like, I'll chew, like, 2 or 3 pieces. This is usually after a little hooch, you know what I mean? So, I usually chew, like, 2 or 3 pieces. Whatever, watching documentary, watching whatever the fuck. Just finished The Sopranos a couple weeks ago for the 5th time, I think. And then, also just spit them out after probably, like, 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Maybe 4:15 on a couple good days, depending on the stick. If the stick was a little extra, you know, if it was pressed hard enough. I'd probably keep it in for close to 5, you know what I mean? But it really just depends on that stick, on that SG, that Gibson stick of gum, you know. But what the fuck else was I gonna say? This is very good for me. And I'm excited to do 30 minutes, maybe twice a week, depending on how they go. I really would like to get comfortable in front of this scenario, you know, and just be me. Always. I'm always talking about that individuality, authenticity, genuine. You know, and these are the words that I'm always constantly saying to myself because I find myself not doing that as much as I would like, personally. Whether it be any situation. But I try to get better at it. And I think I'm okay at it. I really do. But I know I can be much better. And I can progress more quickly in my life. If, excuse me, I just learned how to burp a couple years ago too. But if I kind of recognize it in my own head, you know what I mean? I totally forgot where we were. But I'll find it. I always find it. About being myself. Fuck yeah. Fuck you. Let's go. I don't know. I can't wait to see that. I don't know what that was. I'm going to crown myself the king. Biatch. Wait till you see that on video. Fucking hell yeah. The main thing that I would like to get to, what are we at here? Probably about like, that says 21, but I was fucking around earlier. The main thing I want to get to, and this is what's going to help me, because I have to be honest. One, I'm trying to figure it out, people. Okay? I'm trying to fucking do it. Just give me some time. Just let me figure it out. Okay? I'm using a Sony camcorder. I'm using tacks to hang up my family right here. The soul. Well, the main thing is, I gotta tell everyone, because I need to get people. This is the thing I probably constantly have moving around, you know, in between my brain particle neurons at all times. You know, they're swimming, but you can't see them. You can't smell them. You can't look at them, but you feel them moving around. They're always there. They're always there. And what it is I care too much about what people think of what I do and what I stand for. Maybe not so much what I stand for, but just anything I do. I'm sure I've probably always been a little like that. I was always a fucking nutcase as a kid. I was always goofy. I was always kind of like a little rebel. I was just a piece of shit. I had great friends, man. I had great times, got into fucking bunch of crazy shit, but I'm sure that's probably why. I'm sure there was just a natural need to find myself so I can relate to people. You know, I used to have a few years ago, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I had this dying need to relate to everybody. That doesn't happen. And then my pops and my friends always came. A lot of my friends helped me with this. Just like, Tone, that's not how the world works. You can't relate to everyone. And once I actually got up, was probably doing too many psychedelics at that point. You know, I was trying too connected. It needs to be a balance of reality and understanding what to try to push and what to try to progress in. You know, and that's extremely important. And the more I do these things, right? The more I do the podcast and the more I do things that not get me out of my comfort zone, but what I really want to do, you know, try to be a better, I don't even know if I can call myself a musician. I would love to. I'm dying to. I would love to call myself a musician, but I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure if I can yet. And that's how much I care about that. That's how much I care about that thing. You know? And once I do these things, the 4 pillars in the research project, this is what it's all about. So I'm trying to get down to the roots of the whole entire thing with these. We're going to fucking joke around. I'm going to make a fool out of myself at your reward. But it's going to be a great. I always had trouble with my R's and W's. I went to the dumb box in fucking high school, grade school, because I couldn't say my R's and W's. Reward. Thank you. Crowned myself a biatch. And then this is what I need to get down to, you know, kind of the roots. And you got to work on all aspects of yourself if you want to, you know, achieve achieve true, genuine fulfillment within yourself. I firmly believe that. I don't think if you just do one thing that you're going to be fulfilled. If you're great at one thing, I really don't think it'll fulfill you. Even if you, for example, look at our idols. I'm sure we could all relate. If one person watches this, I hope you can relate to either music or sports, someone that you look up to in those realms. Or anybody. It could be anybody that you look up to. An author, a scientist, a biologist, an animal, you know, a picture. It could be the world, for Christ's sake. But it's about, you know, you just can't get wrapped up in one thing, because even people that have won gold medals or people that have made hundreds of millions of dollars playing music in front of hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people. Are you kidding me? And they're still not fulfilled. And we were chastised them. Fuck you, motherfucker. How you're living the dream, man. You're living the dream. But everybody needs a balanced level of fulfillment to really enjoy the greatest moments of life. I really believe that. Call me whatever you want, man, but that is me down to the core of who the fuck I am. The 4 pillars, man. Physical, you have to be able, this was a huge thing, and then we can wrap this up, because I don't want these to go extremely long, even, you know, if they're great. I want to be able to learn how to do this quick, get to the point, move on. Woo! I still can't whistle well. Come on, I've been doing good. Why can't I do it? Fuck me, running 160. Where did you get this shit? Who introduced you to your Colombian beach wife, George? introduce you to Pablo Escobar. Me, George. Me. Bye. 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 George. Next time it's fucking loaded. Hell yeah, dog. I'm sorry about that. You gotta do the full scene if you go in with that. You know, you can't just do bye. Like, you gotta say something. What? Wyatt, what's up, dog? What's up, my brother? He'll get a kick out of that one. My buddy Y, man, the wolf is on fire. I'm not even drunk. I can't imagine doing one of these when I'm a little buzzed. I just hit one little of the hooch. I only had one on. I feel good, and this is good because things like this kind of get you in that. You almost feel high, like you feel your body. But let's just go over the 4 pillars real quick, and then we can wrap it up. You know, because I was thinking it was very good. In 4 pillars, you got physical, your body, actual physical body. You got your mind, baby, mental. You got your spirituality, which is a certain level of being connected to either individuals as connections, through conversations, through dialogue, through eyes, through music, through whatever it is. There's some sort of connection. A connection is a spiritual switch off, you know. And then the emotions, you know, and I always call the emotions it's kind of the fillings of a tattoo sleeve. Yeah, no, it kind of is. It's like those little clouds and the stars that people get. You know, like just whatever, like a filling is. You know, you have these big, huge moments in your life. If you think about a tattoo sleeve anywhere, it's typically of some level of importance or some meaning, even if they fucking make it up. Some people get some shit tattoos. We're going to have to look at that on this podcast because there's some shitty tattoos. It's going to be a 2-minute segment every time, just shitty tattoos. I'll just bring fucking Sedari up here. And just have him spin around like it's a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 fucking intro. It's like, yeah, shitty tattoos. Fuck you, Sid. Just kidding, brother. I love you. But, you know, I was thinking so I had a great workout, right? It was after a jam with Rick. So I jammed with Rick, worked out. Or maybe it was like a back-to-back 2 days. So I think it was a Tuesday. So Monday I didn't feel well, of course. The 2-day hangover, as you guys know, fucking sucks poorly. The 2-day hangover stinks, right? So Monday, I'm just getting my bearings, right? But I ate well. I didn't feel great the whole time. And even, this is the thing, eating well doesn't have an effect on you until, I believe, in between like 36 to 72 hours, depending on the types of meals and sizes you eat. For me, that's how it is. We're all different bodies, different digestive systems. Everything's extremely different, but this is what works for me. And then Tuesday, I usually wake up with a little spring in my step, like a little pogo stick, one of those green and pink ones that everybody had as a kid. And then the other person in the driveway was using that little fucking little roll. It was like that little circle around your ankle, and you have to skip over the one. God, what the fuck was that called? A skip it, a hop it? A hip-a-scop and a jump? Fuck. That's going to piss me off. Someone tell me what that is. Because everyone knows. It was usually pink, I think. It's pink or green. It was neon colors. That boysenberry, boy. That boysenberry. Throw it up. Catch it. And that boysenberry Dracula, son. Who was that? Who sent me that? Oh, Riff Raff. I think Smoke tagged me in that Riff Raff thing. Boysenberry, dude. Fucking kills me. It's my color. But the thing is, I had one of the most, I would call it like a transcendent day for me. I really would. Take my card. It was an extremely transcendent day for me just because everything aligned together, and it was what I realized when I'm able to work out like that. I worked out extremely hard. It was a great workout, and I had almost an epiphany when I was working out. You know, I had a very terrible mind-muscle connection. You know, I've been doing research. I've done a lot of research just on the body in general, a lot of just YouTube videos and shit like that, trying to figure out how to fucking feel better. You know, not even want my body feel better. Drive a lot, sit down a lot. A lot of people do not stretch enough, if at all. People that have headaches, people that have anxiety, people that are upset or depressed, I'm going to start asking them if they're stretching. I swear to God, man, that shit changed my life. I'm not even talking like crazy yoga pretzel shit. I'm just talking stretching. Like that Fantastic Four, Mr. Elastomer. For sure. Mr. Elastomer was fucking, he knew what was up. He would stretch the shit out of his body. Mike in Space Jam, he stretched. Look at him, he's doing all right. He's doing A-OK, motherfucker. A-OK. I'm telling you, change your life. You know, but it's all these things coming together. So for that example, I learned my mind-muscle connection of squeezing my muscles when I was working out. And it was probably the best workout I've ever had, of feeling my body moving in the motions and everything that goes into just a simple movement, like a deadlift, squat, press, whatever it is. Whatever you choose to do, but feel the movement. Don't just, a lot of people fail, I think, at working out or remaining consistent. And I think I have been pretty consistent recently. I'm not in great shape, but I'm in movable shape. You know, I'm not on my 600-pound life, which is, don't eat as much. What? 600 pounds? 600 pounds? Jesus. Okay. It's a lot. That is a heavy boy or heavy girl. It's fucked up. Real fucked up. I wouldn't want that. Not me. Not me, man. I wouldn't want that. But I think I'm able to relate to things enough because I've been looking a lot of stuff up and I've been able to kind of find what has been working for me, and now it's just creating the consistency around that to get the most out of life that I'm really looking for. And that's why I think you need to do something physical. Whether it is, you know, people go too hard in the fucking paint first. They're at the gym for an hour doing 10 sets of 10. Or fuck, everyone probably just goes in there, 2-3 sets of 10 to 12, every body part. You know, that shit needs to change. You have to do something different for not as long of periods of time initially before your body can actually acclimate itself with itself. Where you can start mentally pushing yourself past those wild barriers. Fuck, in the beginning, 20 minutes of anything is going to be hard for you. It's hard for me. I've been doing like these slow push-ups just in the middle of the day, man. Fucking A. Just slow and control, that SNC. I love the SNC workout. Slow and controlled. Squeeze and squeeze. I feel like I'm Adam Sandler putting in whatever, Chief J Strongbow, using that sleeper hold. I think I probably referenced Big Daddy the most out of any movie. It's not my favorite movie, but I've quoted very heavily. I wonder what the top 10 movies that I quote are. Probably Goodfellas, Blow, Sopranos, Austin Powers, American Pie, maybe The Fast and the Furious. Brian L. Spilner. Sounds like a cop. You a cop, Brian? You know, but it just goes back to, because this is funny. I feel like I'm almost talking to myself, for Christ's sake. Just a nutcase in here, and then there's... But that's me, man. You'll find serious and laughter with me, and that's who I am. You know, I don't want to try to fake that. Sometimes with me, you'll get extremely serious on what my dreams are and what I want to do to rule the world, and trying to pull other dreams out of themselves, because I think everyone has them. They just don't want to recognize them because they're so scary. You know, almost, and everything that's going to take to get there. In this quick life, man, dreams are scary to people. Usually it's just like, yeah, what else would I be doing? That's I get in these moods sometimes where it's so fucking clear to me what I need to be doing. But yet, I find myself on a weekly basis falling off. And it's understanding the rhythm and the emotion and just being you 100% and trying to find just weaving your way. It's like DNA, honestly. It's like what we are made up to do. It's kind of weaving your way, at least what it looks like. Weaving your way through everything of your whole life, of all of who you are, not just a piece of it. Don't just chase one piece of who you are. I think it was very normal to chase one thing in your life 20 years ago. I think you guys hear it. You see all these posts. I'm not the only one looking at these things, guys. You guys see them too. You know, you get a job, whatever, high school, GED, whether you work in a factory for 40 years, have a pension, retire at 65, kids, whatever. And then you raise them, mother stays home, all these things. But the world has changed, so we have to change, I think, the way that we go about, the way we look at our careers. And it does just seem so obvious if you think about it, of just chase your dreams. What else would you be here to do in the very short time that we have on this beautiful fucking earth? Beautiful is what it is. Look at all this. I feel like the richest fucking man in the world. I am overly rich. Look at all this. I have a guitar, I have a computer. God knows I have no fucking clue how this thing works. People are building tables, a microphone that I can hear myself in, that I can upload to this computer that you guys can hear. I feel like the richest person. I have water. That'll be a 2-hour podcast right there, alone, staring right at you about how incredible it is that we can just go get water. And when you start thinking about those things, I think what's good about thinking about those types of situations and how good we really do have it, just being alive. I don't care how bad your situation is, just the fact that you're alive. Once you get down to that core, things make a little more sense, and you can enjoy things a little more and be okay with who you are a little more. And doing this, clearly, it helps me pull that out of me, which in turn would be, be able to make me more consistent. And that's what I'm looking for. It's like, it's so obvious just to chase your dream. Just do what you want. And everyone hears that. I need to come up with like a new phrase, because this is the thing. There's a lot of phrases that we hear on a day-to-day basis, even that we're taught when we're young. All these phrases, chase your dreams, be kind to one another. But once you actually feel what those words mean, it makes sense. I wrote something the other day and it made a lot of sense to me. And it was about what I want to do is make people feel more. And why I think I sound fucking crazy all the time is because I'm trying to explain these unbelievable feelings that I've had in some moments. And I don't know if that's a paradox or oxymoron or whatever it is. It's describing the indescribable. You can try to express a feeling, but this is what a lot of people do. Like, for example, I use a lot of music and sports for examples, but I'll come up with other ones. For music, when you're at a concert, or when you have like if you're playing especially, if you have a great just flow and you're in the pocket, as they say. And for example, when you're with your friends at a concert, you eat a couple, psychedelic sweet tarts. And, not even that. You guys could be dead, so whatever it is, but it was just like, man, unbelievable. Like, you could say that, but the actual feeling of the moment is so much heavier than that. It's like that one of them 600-pounders laying on you. Man. I can just had to catch my breath. I need Smoke's inhaler. It's that visual inhaler or something. It's that mental inhaler. It's all mental. You know what I mean? Man, dude, but it's you know, to try to fucking get back to the main point here. I said I was gonna wrap up 10 minutes ago. Can clearly see where this will go. But the whole four pillar thing, man. I'll let you try to post it because I recorded something when I got back from the gym, and it was good. I think it was like 7 minutes. So I'll let you probably put that on the end of this one so you guys just can hear it. And it's just talking. It's just me talking very organically, of just trying, of course, to explain the feeling and of everything. And you can use your words as much as you want, and I'm trying to. But there needs to be a constant dialogue in order to bring all of these things up that we can try to do in our day-to-day life to try to get to those moments that really at the end of the day don't need to be explained. But what I want to do is to try to get as many people as I can, 1 or 100 million, to try to feel their own lives more, to try to make it the best they can. That's just something I've always recognized, and I firmly believe that it can help people if they hear some of the things that I say and can get through all the fucking nonsense. Hopefully laugh once, along the way. Because if that happens, man, I'm cool with it. In this day and age, everyone's trying to be perfect, and it's pretty frustrating because a lot of people are wasting time, and I don't like seeing people waste time. Not people I care about. People that I don't, there's a bunch of fucking assholes in this world. Fuck off. And that's what I had to realize. I can't say everyone wants to change, because they don't. I had a great conversation, and I can't remember who it was. It doesn't matter. I know who it was, but they don't need to be mentioned. And it was very powerful because I was trying to get them to do something. And that even sounds condescending when I think about it now. I was trying to get them to do something that I knew they would enjoy, like that I know they love doing. I genuinely know that because I've been told that. And I just wanted to pull them out, like to actually get to doing it. Because I have to say it to myself sometimes. So if I figure I can help a few people out to, hey, do that one thing, just start. Because after that 15 or 20 minutes, you get into the flow. You're like, why did it take me so long to do this? And then you get a little frustrated at that point, but then the feeling overrides that very quickly. It trumps it. And then you can kind of just get into your flow and move, whether that's writing or drawing or creating anything, or just working, working on whatever it is, your career, whatever it is. Anything in one of the four pillars, I'm sure. Foul. Damian Lillard, 4-bar Friday. Foul, yo. Dame Dalla, I think his name is. Fucking nutcase. Love Damian Lillard, though. He rocks. But, man, dude, that's what I want to do. It's just to get people to try to feel their life more. Because, going back to the main thing, the whole perfection thing, man, I see right through it. I think the majority of us do. I think the majority of people, are good. And you hear that all the time. You think the majority are good, and then a small amount of people are assholes, but they get the most attention. So it seems like a larger amount of population in the entire world are pieces of shit, because that's what you see. And I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change that narrative because, man, life fucking rocks, dude. Are you guys crazy? Living? Checking my pulse. I am alive. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm alive. And so are you. How amazing is that? We're just all alive right now. And as long as we're alive, man, we have an obligation to live the life that we want. This is what I realized. I just realized right now. Some people don't have an obligation to help others. I don't think we all do have an obligation to help others. But I do think we all have an obligation to live the most important life that we can live as individuals. That's the sentence. Don't ever force people to do anything. But if you get them to recognize anything themselves that creates action, I think that's heavy shit. Not in a not in a witchy voodoo freaky deaky Dutch, oh, that's a keeper type of way, but in a, hey man, this is kind of what I feel. If you just put these thoughts in your head, I think you can really achieve anything you want, and you can. And the fun part, see, everyone doesn't like the chase and the journey. A lot of people just want, now, out now, brown cow. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck could chuck wood, type of thing. But that's not how it works in real life. Not anything that's sustainable. You can post a video on IG. Hey, if you want to just be Insta famous, fucking by all means, man. Whatever. That ain't my style. It's not. It's not at all. My style is something that is so embedded in people that it makes a genuine change in their life without having to hear another word. Or as long as they hear it once a week, like a video or a podcast like this, it gets them back on track. Because trust me, we all fall off the wheel. I was almost going to fall off this wheel without doing this. It was extremely close of falling off the wheel. But, just do what the hell you want. Fucking laugh along the way, dude. That's all I'm trying to say, because I just want to get down to, and I know you're going to have to try to maneuver through this whole entire 50 minutes, but I think you can get down to the roots of what I'm about. And it's trust me, it's going to take a lot of help from all of you, if it's just one, whoever it is, to listen to me more than once to get there, because I genuinely feel as if I can at least put something in someone's head that they make a positive change in their life. Not me forcing them to do it, not any of that, but them forcing themselves to do it because they want to. That's what I want. And I know how long it takes to hear something over and over again repetitively, maybe in different ways, and that's when the art of articulation comes in, understanding how to present things, understanding that you can say things in different ways that down to the roots probably mean the same thing, but you need to say them differently to relate to more than one person, because everyone has different brainwaves going on. And different words will have different meanings. So you got to be able to understand that I get it. I'm not good at it, but I would like to be. So I can try to. I don't know what that was. That sounded like a frog. I just ribbited. I don't think anyone has ribbited before. I just ribbited. But you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. You just got to be able. I want to relate to as many people as possible, all the while understanding that I'm not going to be able to relate to everyone. I would like it to be a smaller group, just because I know how hard it does take and how complex some of these things are, how they really are and how complex it can be. You can simplify it, and it can be simplified. And some days everything just makes sense, just clicks. And as long as you know that they exist, that's what makes me eat well during the week. That's what makes me, sweat. I try, 3-4 times a week in order to be able to consistently get in that mental headspace, in order to think on such a clear level of who I am as an individual and what I want to do, in order to try to get better at everything that I'm interested in. That's TRP, baby. That's TRP. But thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. If you guys tuned into this, I'm sure my body language is all fucked up, but I'm sure everything's all fucked up. But isn't life, baby? Life's a little fucked up. Just enjoy the ride. This isn't going to be the craziest thing you've seen. Yeah. You just had something fucking crazy go on in your head. You guys know what I'm talking about for sure. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you. As chase it always, motherfucker. Please let me know what you thought of the video, or what you thought of my backdrop. And, hopefully, it's going to be funny looking back on this, because this is never going to stop. It really isn't. And I'm excited for it not to. And I'm excited to see where it goes. And it'll be funny to look back at all this shit, 5, 10 years, and just be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, yeah, kind of the same things, just in a much clearer way. But I think it'll be good for everyone to see and kind of hop on that train, baby. Enjoy the journey, because we're gonna have a hell of a time doing it. So I love you guys.